So in the martial arts, and I think this relates perfectly to really great riding, there's a saying, I am unmovable, nothing shakes me. Winds blow, typhoons roar, worlds collide, I remain undisturbed. And when you see a great rider, it just looks like that. Nothing shakes them. But they just seem so calm, and they depart that calmness to the horse. When I started taking karate, there's several stances that we learn, our basic stances, and one of the stances, amazingly, was exactly the same as what I was teaching the riders to do on the horse for the basic seat, and it's called horseback riding stance. And now I'm going to show you this horseback riding stance that comes from the ancient traditions of martial arts and dressage. The most basic thing about all martial arts stance, and this one of course, is that the knee is very flexed and the weight bearing is on the thigh. And in this stance, the toe is a little bit in, the heel a little bit away, and then the outside thigh muscle is very strong. And of course, I want to make sure that my shoulders are right over my hips so that I'm very balanced and I'm in complete alignment. This is my friend Paul, and Paul is going to help me demonstrate how stable the stance is when I'm correct and what happens when I lose certain parts of my posture. So as he's pushing on me, I'm really engaging my core, and I'm really engaging my upper thigh muscles and sort of resisting his push. And now I'm going to not have any bend in my knee, as if somebody had their stirrups too long. Push on me. There's no stability. Now I'll have Paul push on me, but I won't engage my core. And now I'll have Paul push on me, and I'll be just slightly out of alignment. Paul, push on me. So I suggest everybody to put yourself in this horseback riding stance, engage your core, and feel how strong you are, and then feel all the ways it goes wrong, leaning forward, leaning backward, no bend in the knee, no core, and you'll really see why all these things we talk about in riding have to be there to be stable. If you can imagine taking me and picking me up, literally, and taking me in this stance and putting me on the horse, and I would be in a perfect riding position. And now I want to show how the horseback riding stance from the ground translates to the same posture on the horse. So this is Julie, my student in her horse quest, and we're going to show you how I proceed to put her in the horseback riding stance that we showed on the ground, on the horse. She has a really nice position. She's been working with me a long time, but I'm going to put her in a more common position that I would see with people that haven't had this type of instruction. I see a lot of people who have been told to get their heel down, so they shove their heel forward, and that causes them to put their leg way out in front of their hip, and they've also been told inside leg on the girth. When they put their leg way forward, they often fall a little bit back, and then they've been told to sit up tall, so they lift their chest, and it causes them to arch their back, and then they kind of lean back a little bit. Now what I'm going to do to help her get her leg in better alignment is, Julie, would you please put your leg in front of the saddle and the other one too? Yeah. And then I'm going to try first to get you so you're not arching. So I want you to imagine that somebody's just gently pulling you from the top of your head up, and that if you can feel those two little sit bones you're sitting on right now, imagine if they had little lights on them. Would these little lights be pointing straight down, backward, or forward?
Straight down.
Straight down. So that's what we want. That's where your pelvis is. It's upright. So keeping this position, I'm going to take your leg, I'm going to lift your thigh, and I'm going to turn it in from up here. And that's going to bring your heel, basically your ankle, under your hip and line it up with your shoulder. And she would land on her feet if I took the horse away from her. I'm going to demonstrate how strong this posture is. I'm going to push as hard as I can. And I cannot move her. I'm leaning against her, and she's solid as a rock. So now I want to show how a slight change of her posture will make her less stable. So I want you to imagine, just let your leg sort of hang, nice long leg, Julie. Try to have your good posture with the leg. And let's see if you're as stable and not stable. Because having the thigh more horizontal Or in the martial arts, a deeper stance gives you stability. Now put your foot back in the stirrup and have the good posture. And I'm going to push on you, and I can't move you. Okay, now Julie, I want you to not have any core. Just relax. Just sit like you're sitting and chilling out. No core. And again, push her right back. So you can see the core is so important for the stability. So Julie, ride a little bit, just a little bit behind vertical, not a lot, you know, just a little bit behind vertical. Still try to have as good a posture as you can, okay? Little behind vertical. See? Easy to push her back. Not stable. So leaning back is not a stable position because we're trying to ride the horse from the back to the front. We don't want to ride the head of the horse, we want to ride the rear of the horse. So now I'm going to show how strong Julie can be in having a passive resistance. She's not going to be pulling on me. I'm going to pull on her, and with this good posture, the alignment, and the use of certain muscles, I cannot move her out of the saddle. She's solid as rock. I'm leaning back, and she's not moving. Now, she's not pulling on me, because when I let go of her, she's not falling backward. She's passively resisting me. So now I'm going to actually have her go wrong, and she's going to pull. As I pull on her, she's going to pull on me. As I let go of her, she's going to go backward. And that means she's actually pulling on the horse. This long ropey muscle under the armpit is one of the muscles that's making her so stable. And it's the muscle we use to push the hand forward. So if she pushes her hand forward, so push your hand toward my hand. She's using this muscle. If she just uses her arm, so just push your hand forward, Julie, that's just her arm muscle. That's very weak. But if she engages this muscle under the armpit, the lat muscle, so push against my hand, that's the same muscle she's using to resist me. If she just tries to resist me just using her arm, so tighten your arm as hard as you can. Try to resist me just with your arm, I can pull her out of the saddle. Just stick your arms as hard as you can by your side. Try to resist me, I can pull her out of the saddle. And now find that muscle, the lat muscle, the pushing forward muscle, the punching muscle. And now resist me. Excellent. So now we're going to actually put in place this good posture by demonstrating the rider doing a walk, halt, transition without pulling, by using the proper muscles and using leverage, and then a trot, halt, transition. And then we're also going to show it wrong where the rider is pulling. Think of riding her rear end up to basically your lat muscles, and make a halt. Well done. So now, Julie, I want you to go wrong, and I want you to do what a lot of riders do. To make a halt, I want you to push your leg forward and lean backward. And then let's see what happens to poor Quest as you do that. So you have a nice walk, and now you're going to halt, lean back, shove your leg forward. And notice immediately the horse had two conflicting aids. It started to shoot forward, but then it got pulled because the rider did go and whoa at the same time. She braced in her neck, she dropped her back. Not very happy horse. Good, good. Perfect, well done. The incorrect way to do it, which a lot of riders do, she's going to trot, and now she's going to come to the halt, and instead of sitting up correctly, she's going to shove her leg forward and lean back. And again, you can see the horse got shoved forward, and then she braced on the mouth, and the horse threw her neck against the bit, and the hind leg stayed out behind. Paying attention to all these details, which might in the beginning seem really nitpicky, it is going to make a difference between being maybe a decent rider to being a really, really good rider. So your relationship with your horse, it's a partnership. It's like dancing. You could have a great experience by having a great partner that guides you through the steps. It's not confusing, and it makes you seem like you're the best dancer in the world. That's how you want to be when you're riding your horse. You want to be able to guide your partner, your horse, so he can dance the best he can dance. Dance that same dance with a partner that isn't helping you, in fact, confusing you. And one is just incredible experience, you feel you can really dance. And the second experience is you hate dancing. You don't want to dance. You're not even going to do it again. Unfortunately, horses don't get the choice. And I think it's our responsibility to be the good dance partner. So our horse wants to dance with us every day.